And when you have a negative reduction potential, it means that that metal is what? It has a low tendency towards gain electron. If you have a positive reduction potential, it means that that metal have a high tendency towards gain electron. Organometallic compounds are compounds containing a hydrocarbon and a metal. Example, we have this So this is the hydrocarbon. It could be an alkyl group, it could be an aryl group. So this is this. Then a metal. The metal involved here are alkaline metals. We have the alkaline metals. We have the few alkaline earth metals, that is the group 2 metals. Then transition metals, and some other ones that are, let's say, intermediate between the alkali earth metals and transition. So a typical organometallic compound is a compound that contains a carbon metal bond. So in other words, we say a carbon metal. So we have a carbon metal bond in an organometallic compound. So we have a carbon metal bond in an organometallic compound. So now in this situation, we know from our basic chemistry that metals are usually positively charged, especially when they give out, or when they donate electrons in a system. They become positively charged when they lose electrons. So now when this metal reacts with carbon, due to the electronegative negativity difference between carbon and the metal, they tend to exhibit some kind of polarity, and this governs some of the reactions of organometallic compounds. So now let's look at what happens. We know metals have what we call reduction potential. And what is this reduction potential? This reduction potential is the tendency of a metal to gain electron. Do we understand? The tendency of a metal to gain electron. Yes, it's not in the right manner for metals to gain electron. Sometimes the metal ions gain electron to return to the neutral atom state. So now metals have this reduction potential, and when you have a negative reduction potential, it means that that metal is what? It has a low tendency towards gain electron. If you have a positive reduction potential, it means that that metal have a high tendency towards gain electron. So now, if a metal has a low tendency to gain electron, which means that electron is highly electropositive. So when you talk about low tendency to gain electron, so for low tendency, it means that they are what? Electropositive. Why these ones? They are tending towards the electronegative part. So if the metal can easily gain electron, it means that they are tending towards electronegativity. They can attract electron. But if that metal has a low tendency to gain electron. Normally, metals in their nature are electropositive, so they have this low tendency to gain electron. So what happens here is that because of this low tendency to gain electron, and then they react with carbon, the kind of electronegativity difference between carbon and the metal causes this carbon to have a partially negative charge, and then this one have a partially positive charge. I hope we are following to this point. So if you don't understand, feel free to pause the video and look at it again. So